Hello children, today we will be revising the lesson metals and non-metal children. We'll do the quick recap of the lesson metals and non-metals. Okay, first of all we'll just revise the physical properties. Okay children, first we'll revise the physical properties. Fine. Now in the physical properties, what does the physical properties include children? That is luxure, color, hardness, ductility, malleability, thermal conductivity, electrical conductivity. This all come under the physical properties. Now physical state, first about the metals children. Almost all metals are solid at room temperature. And for non-metals children, now for non-metals, almost all non-metals are solid or gaseous at room temperature. Now next property, if we talk about the luxure children, luxure, that is a shiny surface, is the property of most metals. And for the non-metals, almost all non-metals have a dull luxure. What type of luxure? They have the dull luxure. Now for the color children, what most metals for the color, just now we have discussed about the luxure and the physical state. Now for the color. In the case of color, most metals are white or silvery grey. And non-metals, some non-metals are colorless while some are colored. And about the hardness, now the next property about the hardness children, in the metals, most metals are hard, but some are so soft they can be cut with a knife. What is the example? That example is sodium and potassium. And for the non-metals, the hardness, non-metals are generally soft. Now for the malleability, the next property is malleability. For this, in the case of metals, can be beaten into thin sheets or foils. Okay children, and gold and silver are the most malleable metals known. And in the case of non-metals are brittle and cannot be beaten into thin sheets. Now next property is about the ductility. Now, in the ductility, what happened? Most metals can be easily drawn into thin wires, but the non-metals are brittle and cannot be drawn into thin wires. Now, next is the thermal conductivity. Next one is the thermal conductivity. Next is thermal conductivity. Metals are good conductors of heat and non-metals are generally poor conductor of heat. And for electrical conductivity, metals are good conductors of electricity. Non-metals are generally poor conductor of electricity. And non-metals produce a dull sound when struck to a hard object. But what happened for the metals? When metal pipes strike each other, they produce a ringing sound. What type of sound they produce? They produce a ringing sound. This was the physical properties for metals and non-metals. Now we'll do the quick revision of the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. We'll do the revision of the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Now we are going to revise the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Now first of all, reaction with oxygen. Reaction with oxygen. Now when the metal reacts metal plus oxygen. What is formed? That is metal oxide. Okay children, that is metal oxide. Clear? Then what happened? Metal oxide which are formed, that are basic in nature. They are basic in nature and turn red litmus into blue. They turn red litmus into blue children. Okay children. Now for the non-metals, when they react with oxygen, what does they form? They form non-metallic oxides. When the non-metals reacts with oxygen, when the non-metal react with oxygen, they form non-metallic oxide. They form non-metallic oxide children. Okay, they turn blue litmus solution red. What does they do? They turn blue litmus solution red. When this carbon reacted with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide, and when this oxides, these are dissolved in water. When these oxides are dissolved in water, what does they form? They form acid children, that is carbonic acid, H2CO3. Okay children, and they turn blue litmus solution to red. This was the reaction with oxygen. Now reaction with water. What is the reaction with water for metals and non-metals? Reaction with water. Now metal plus water. Metal plus water, what is formed? That is metal hydroxide. Metal hydroxide is formed when metal reacts with water plus hydrogen gas children, or it can be metal oxide, or it can be metal oxide plus hydrogen gas. This was the reaction of metal with water. Now non-metals do not react with water. Non-metals do not react with water. Non-metals do not react with water. Okay. Now about the reaction with acids. Now the reaction with acid, children, you have to learn all these journal reactions children. Reaction with acids. Okay, so metal plus acid. Metal plus acid. What is formed? That is the salt is formed plus hydrogen gas. Salt plus hydrogen gas is formed and the metal reacts with the acid children. Okay, and in the case of the non-metals, do not react with acid. Non-metals do not react with acid children. Now reaction with bases. Reaction with bases, metals and non-metals. Reaction with bases. As in the case of non-metals, the reaction of non-metals with bases are complex. For the non-metals, reaction with bases are complex. And in the metal, most metals, they do not react with base. Only a few such as aluminium, zinc and lead react with solution of strong bases. What is that solution of strong bases? That is sodium hydroxide, to produce a compound of that metal and a hydrogen gas. This was the reaction with bases. Now the next one is the displacement reaction. Now we will discuss the displacement reaction children. Displacement reaction. What happens in the displacement reaction? For this displacement reaction, we should know about the reactivity series also, children. How to define the reactivity series? The reactivity series of metals is a list of common metals which are arranged in the decreasing order of reactivity. They are arranged in the decreasing order of reactivity. Okay, children. Now, what is a displacement reaction? Okay, a metal will only react with a salt solution if it is placed in the reactivity series. Then the metal is placed higher in the reactivity series. Okay, children. Then the metal in the salt. As if this is the example, silver plus ZnSO4. Now, what is the placing of the silver? Silver is at the below. It is the least reactive. This is the least reactive, children. And this is more reactive. Zinc is more reactive in comparison to the silver. So, no reaction will take place. When reaction will take place? When this one metal is more reactive than the metal present in the salt, then the displacement reaction will take place. Now let us take another example of Zn plus CuSO4. Zn plus CuSO4. In this case, the copper is more reactive or Zn is more reactive. Zn is more reactive. The zinc is more reactive than copper. So this zinc will displace the copper from the salt solution, from the copper sulfate, and zinc sulfate will be formed plus copper. So this is the displacement reaction in which the more reactive metal displaces the least reactive metal from the salt solution. A metal will only react with the salt solution if it is placed higher in the reactivity series than the metal in the salt. As in the case of copper, the zinc is placed higher in the reactivity series than the copper. So the reaction takes place. This was about the displacement reaction, children. Now there is a term corrosion. Now what does this corrosion means? How can we define corrosion? The process. Now we are discussing about the corrosion. What does this corrosion mean? The process of slow wearing of wearing away of a metal due to attack of atmospheric gases. Due to attack of atmospheric gases and moisture on its surface is called corrosion, children. Now about the iron. Iron reacts with oxygen and moisture present in the atmosphere to form a brown flaky substance which is known as rust. Okay, and the copper object gets coated with a green substance which is known as a basic copper carbonate. It is known as a basic copper carbonate with the passage of time. And in the silver objects become blackened and lose their sheen with the passage of time. When reaction of silver with hydrogen sulfide produces black silver sulfide. What does it produce? Black silver sulfide. Okay, this was about the corrosion, children. Now the uses of metals and non-metals. For the metals, the iron is one of the most strongest metal, children. Iron uses of metals. metal. If we talk about the iron is one of the most commonly used metal. It is used in making building materials, automobiles, for nails, pipes and tools. Steel is also used for making building materials, nails and screw. And then about the copper, if we discuss, children, it is used for making the electrical wires, used in making it is used in making electrical wires, cables, pipe fittings. Okay, and used for making cooking utensils also, children. Aluminium is used for making parts of machinery, automobiles, used for making aluminium utensils. Now about the zinc, children. Zinc is used in coating iron so as to prevent it from rusting. Mercury is used in thermometers. Lead is used in car batteries, pigments and paints. And the gold, silver and platinum, these metals are used to make jewelry. Okay. Now about the non-metals, about the uses of non-metals. Uses of non-metals. Diamond. Now about the diamond, children. It is the hard, due to its hardness, diamond is used for cutting and drilling tools. It is used for making jewelry. It is an expensive substance. And graphite is used in making lead or pencils. Graphite is used in making the lead or pencil, also used to make electrodes. Rods of graphites are used in zinc carbon batteries to make electrodes. Then about the hydrogen, children, is can be used as a non-polluting fuel. It is also used in the extraction of metals. Sulfur is used for hardening rubber. It is also used as fungicides and insecticides. Silicon is used in solar cells children, and transistors. Phosphorus is an important agricultural fertilizer. Nitrogen is also used in making ammonia and nitrates, children. Liquid nitrogen is used for refrigerating cells for medical research. And now about the oxygen. Oxygen is stored in cylinders, okay, which is used as a breathing equipment. It is also used for welding and cutting metals. Oxygen is used with acetylene and oxyacetylene torches that are used for welding and cutting metals, children. So this way we have done the quick revision of the lesson metals and non-metals, children. So thank you, children.